Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the of the Gaming Fuse podcast, where it seems like I have multiple technical issues constantly popping up for no reason at all. Gotta love that absolute shit, right? But hey, we're gonna have a good show for you just as we get along here. But anyway, I will acknowledge your chat in just a few minutes. Plus, I got, of course, a contest announcement to share with you if you haven't seen it already. So yes. Yeah, I'll be in just a bit. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's first of all bring in our co-panel member. Yes, the man who certainly has never had a shortage to say, brings the energy to each and every podcast. My good friend and co-panel member, Titan Drago.
What's up, everybody? Got a
Yeah.
new man giving away a controller tonight and everything. That's always good times, man. Freaking, I'm lucky because my wife got me 2 extra controllers. Because I don't know when. I've been on this. It's a what is it? From that Star Wars flight game. I don't remember what it's called. Rogue Squad or something like that. Anyways, right. I've had it since that game came out. I don't know when it's going to go out, but it's lasted me a long time. So I'm not going to be complaining about a controller lasting too long, but I know it's going to go out. I feel like any day now. Like, you can feel that. When you've been gaming as long as I have, you can feel it in the sticks. You know what I mean? It's
you feel it somewhere.
I got them sensitive fingers. But G Fuel flavor this week, everybody. Sour cherry, the very first flavor I ever tried. Very first G Fuel I ever got. Freaking, it's a really good one, too. Maybe it got me hooked on the stuff. I don't know. I got to give it a 93.
There you go.
Highly suggest.
Coming in with a high rating for the night. Absolutely. Obviously, Mental 9R could not be with us tonight. He's just still in the middle of kind of settling things down from his big move and could not make it here. He may be able to stop by a little bit later in the show, but says he cannot make it for the most part. I know we might see him in the chat perhaps, so we'll keep an eye out for him. But anyway, we hope to have him back next week, back in the saddle. And speaking of back in the saddle, a guy that you might have known as one of the fresher faces from the Gaming After Dark podcast when we used to have it on the go. He was a co-panel member alongside of myself, Cerebral Paul, and the Wise Old Gamer. I want to welcome the man of many voices and many talents, my good friend, and like I said, former co-host panel member of Gaming After Dark, Darth Praxis.
Oh, welcome back to me. Thank you, gentlemen. How you doing tonight?
Not too bad. I see there's a nice little sexy console behind your head there. The white one with 4 ports at the top.
Well, yeah, that'd be the Dreamcast. Yeah, I got the GameCube back there too, but you don't want to bring that up, I guess.
How many hints are you giving off in your back room, in your background, Pratt?
Well, there's a whole lot of crap back there, so I didn't clean up. There's a dead freaking what is it? PSVR sitting up there that it's broken.
So there's like a dildo on the shelf and you're getting laid.
Yeah, he cleaned off that, ain't it?
That's a PS controller too, so that's a special one. I told them they always should have made a controller. I told them for a sex game for the Wii or for the PlayStation, but
yeah, it does half of what you need right now. Anyways, it vibrates. It's almost form factor.
Almost. Kind of not.
Yeah, the old Nintendo Wii for sure. Eh? The thing is just like, oh man, some of those games, some of the motions you had to do, you just looked very conspicuous.
That's probably why the Wii had the the pull, the retrieve. Remember that you could hook up the retrieve, you could pull it on. That's probably what that was for.
Well, yeah.
Retrieve. In case you get stuck in another realm.
Well, the sleeve that went around it that felt really odd. It was almost latex. You're like,
right. Like, tell me that hasn't been used like that. You ain't gonna get me on that. Like, by millions.
Yeah, some guy ran out of condoms in his house and threw on a Wii sleeve.
We just found out why the Wii sold so many units. Okay, right here.
My wife got pregnant on it. I don't get it. It's just got these big holes all over the place.
My kid looks like Yoshi.
Talks like him too.
Right?
Smack him.
So we got a couple of good topics for you tonight. Like I said, we'll try to keep the show on fire and at a good pace. Obviously, guys, if you haven't noticed already, I'm having some sort of weird issue with my camera green screen. Not exactly sure what the hell is going on, but I don't have time to kind of fix it on the fly here. Everything was working last time I booted this shit up, so it is what it is. But
I think it's that mousse you got in your hair, man. What's up with that? You're styling tonight, ain't it, Noof?
Mousse, no, that's just grease.
Let's get around in the chat. Noof looking good tonight, ain't it? He putting me to shame.
All righty. But anyway, let's get right down to it. Let's give a shout out to the amazing chat. As always, without you guys, this podcast would be pointless. You guys are fantastic. Let's start out with our good friend and first super chat of the evening, Mr. Doggy Dog 420. Take it away, Titan.
Doggy Dog, Doggy. Good evening and cheers, new panel and chat. That is right, Doggy. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you so much, Doggy. You are fantastic, man. Always one of the first guys here. Speaking of one of my longtime supporters in the chat tonight, Timothy Dixon. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you here. Kylo Milo is in the building as well. We got good friend Talos Ray in the building. Yes, Talos, we got to get back to playing some games, man. Really good dude to play games with, indeed. We got Michael Monkey Punch Lugo hanging out with us as well. Your Wicked Hot is in the building. We got MG here as well. We got Stinking Corpse in the house. What's going on, Stinky? We got Iceman LMH here with us tonight.
Speaking of Iceman.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Iceman, hey, when you're going to play some Rocket League with this dude, and he's got a freaking cookout or something to go to, he's I got to do some cooking. Don't trust him that he's going to come back, okay?
Oh, yeah.
He will leave you high and drier than the steaks that he made or whatever. You know what I
mean? Right. Sounds like you owe him a match there, Iceman.
I had to play with randoms.
Oh, hate randoms. Well, sometimes you get a few good randoms. Speaking of someone who's not random and who also loves Rocket League, Crazy Greek Dude is in the house. What's going on, Crazy Greek Dude? We got Sir X-Man here. And yes, Sir X-Man, I did check my DM and I saw that little notice. Might get a chance to talk about that later on in the show. We will certainly move right along and see what happens. Who else we got going on here? Did I miss anybody? I think I've caught up with the whole crew right now. Princess Zelda is in the building. Yes, Titan's better half. She's here. What's going on, Zelda? And we got Axel1324, aka Iconic Video Game Podcast. Good to see you, Axel. Chaos Theory is in the house. Fun Speculation is here. Good to see you, Fun. Got to get you on this podcast at some point in time. Spider-Man 356 wouldn't be a show without him. And there you go. I think we pretty much caught up with everybody. Hopefully I've caught up and said hello to everybody. So thanks again for being here, guys. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, super chats, appreciate it, but not required. All right.
Gene, send some edibles my way.
Edibles. Send some edibles.
Send some edibles. Not going to get here in time, buddy. Sorry.
Well, here's something you can sink your teeth into, guys. Yes, I am doing a controller giveaway. Go check out the video over on my YouTube channel. It is a Power A Mass Effect controller. Yes, it's wired. Probably one of the biggest downsides of the controller. But hey, sometimes in those long gaming sessions, and God knows we can sit there and lose ourselves for hours into, there you go. Lose ourselves for hours into Mass Effect. That would not be a bad thing to have, and you never have to worry about the batteries. But anyway, here's how it's going to go. It's pretty simple stuff. First of all, if you're already in the chat tonight live, you're going to get entered into a draw. So that's the first entry. So the draw itself is going to happen at the end of the month. So I think that leaves us with 3 episodes. All right. I think it's 4 episodes because it's a bit of a longer month. So we have 4 episodes and we'll do the draw at the very last episode of August. Okay, so there you go. So essentially you're gonna have 4 chances to win if you're able to make it for each and every show. If you're only here for the one show, then it's 1 entry. Pretty simple, right? That's how it's going to work. So everybody right now, I can assure you, as you're popping into the chat, I am writing down your names into the episode guide log, and I will put you on to the wheel of winning when we get to that point at the end of August. So there you go.
You piss them off, then you're off the fucking list. Just saying.
Jago Kukin's in the house. What's going on, brother Jago? Good to see you here, my friend. Who else we got who showed up in here? I think that's about it so far. So just going to make sure I update that list. Okay, guys, first of all, while I am updating the list, what have you been playing? Titan, what have you been throwing down lately?
Smite, man, they're giving away 10,000 gems every half hour. All you got to do is play 1 game within that time frame. 10,000 gems every half hour. I haven't won yet. And they're doing it for like a long time. It's like, I guess it's like a 10 million gem giveaway in total. Mm-hmm. So they're doing it for a long time. So I'm all up on that. Trying to do some Rocket League. My buddy Whiskey's out of town, and that's what I usually play Smite with. So, I play Rocket League with him as well. So, when I'm online, shoot me an invite, man, if you want to play. I'm kind of getting burnt out on DVD with the wife. I don't know, getting a little burnt out on it. Them killers are OP, man. They're pissing me off. I'm getting hit around corners and stuff. I swear the what is it called? I don't know. The net coding is pretty bad, and I feel like the tick rate is probably really low. I feel like it's about 12. So I feel like I get hit around corners and whatnot. So I'm kind of interested in that game that's coming out real soon. I believe it's going to be free to play. It's going to be put in Game Pass. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is coming out, and that is also a asynchronous multiplayer game. I don't know how many of you heard of it in the chat, but I think it's like 3v4, something like that. It's not a 1v5 like usual, but
I know that
looks really good.
Chicks' asses are amazing in that game. I'm just staring at it most of the time. I was like, oh my god, I gotta own that game.
This game, the chick's ass.
Look at their asses they're so amazing. The girls' big old titties. I love it. Thank you.
The big old bitties.
Now you know my secret.
Cyber Gunter Iceman sucks at Rocket League. He's better than the randoms though, Cyber.
Oh god.
We got to get some 2v2s going on, man. See if me and my buddy Whiskey. My buddy Whiskey, man, he drags me down sometimes because that dude will miss some wide open trash. I'm talking like not even in the air junk. Like, I don't know, he goes cross-eyed every once in a while. Drives me nuts. Anyways. That's my week.
All righty.
I used to fall asleep playing The Division, piss my friends off. So hey.
Yeah, what have you been playing, Darth Praxis? It's been a while.
Good snoring. They're like, hey, wake the fuck up. Come on. Oh, yeah, I'm playing. Shit, sorry. Are we streaming or anything? No, okay, good. They're recording it, the assholes. Anyway, yeah. No, I've been jumping into some older games, some backlog stuff. What was it? Ishin, which is the dragon, like a dragon Ishin. I've been playing a little bit of that. Which it's kind of like playing, what is it, Yakuza 1 again, or 0, I should say, but which is one of my favorite games. And then I've been trying to get through Pentiment, which is another older one that I've been into. And my fallback is always when I need to get some killing, I do some Modern Warfare 2, so,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As for myself, I've been all over the board recently. Trying to jump back into my PSVR 2, although it's been kind of hot and kind of very humid, so it's been a little bit tough to play it. But kind of jumping back in as well into Cyberpunk 2077. So I'm having an absolute blast there. I got a long ways to go before I finish that one off, but I just felt like playing that one. And of course, a couple of days ago, I picked up a couple of games on sale. Looking forward to getting into those. Got the Callisto Protocol. Looking forward to jumping into that. I never did. And also picked up the Crisis trilogy, which has the Xbox Series X editions or whatever to it or whatever. So yeah, great games. Those games, I never did finish either one, to be honest with you. So fraud, but yeah, it's going to be a good time. So looking forward to all that shit.
I bought the Quarry. That was on sale on a. They've been doing a lot of huge game sales lately, haven't they?
Right,
60% off. I think I got that one for 60% off. So yeah, I'll be jumping into that hopefully next week.
That one always got me interested in it. It looks good.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Let's pick up the pace here and get this show on the go. Let's jump into topic number 1. And first of all, I guess we'll kind of go in reverse order because this is not really a big topic, but I think it's a huge W for Xbox and its back compatibility program. With all the news going around about the Red Dead Redemption is coming to PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch. It is not even going to be a remaster. It's essentially a port with a few improvements here and there, but they're not really tweaking the game or taking advantage of the whole kit and caboodle. But, we've been playing Red Dead with the multiplayer servers and the whole 9 yards for how long now? Like a very long time, as a matter of fact. So I just wanted to say huge W for the Back and Pat program and another win for Xbox, guys. So what do you think about that small tidbit of news? And, how awesome is it now, to see, these things come to life? It really shines the light on what the whole backwards compatibility program was all about, and the fact that we could play some of these legendary games, and we're not going to have the double dip or pay extra if you already have them. So, what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Praxis.
Go ahead, Praxis.
Sure.
You look like a guy who spent some time on a big horse.
Oh yeah. Love that big hairy ride. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nice and sweaty too, like you in the PSVR too.
Oh god.
But as far as I love playing a game. I'm interested. You're saying I think it's PS4 and Switch, right? That's what's coming out too, because it's going back to the older PlayStation.
Yeah, they're bringing it to PS5. So PS5 and Switch, I think is what he said.
Okay. I thought
it might even be PS4 because I don't think the original was back on SPAT on PS4, was it not?
I don't know. I would think it might have been. It's that was around a while, but who knows? I've played the backward compatible on the Xbox with it upgraded to 4K, and honestly, I was blown away. I was like, wow, I got to play this game all over again. And I'm curious to see. I know it's going to be it's an easier engine to deal with, so I think the Switch will probably be able to handle a little better than something like The Witcher, where they got to run it like it's going through a potato cam, and you're trying. But that's great for people that haven't, or some of the Nintendo people that haven't really jumped into it or haven't seen it. I can't see how any of them hadn't already, because knowing how gamers are, when they own a Nintendo system, that's their secondary to whatever other system, whether it's a PlayStation or Xbox. So usually they've played every one of the games, but having it on the go is an interesting thing, even if the Steam Deck is also a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the coolest ways. And of course, Nintendo never did have access to Red Dead after all these years. So legitimately, that would be like the announcement for them makes more sense than anything else, for sure.
It's a win for them, for sure. Yeah.
Like, just to get it and have another high-profile game, since they don't have a game like Grand Theft Auto, but to have one of the highest revered 360 PS3 generation games out there, and a game that still holds up pretty well by today's standards. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Kills me. That kills me that when you bring that up, it kills me that they haven't made Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Switch. They easily could do it. It was on the 360, for God's sake. That's when I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 originally. It was the 360 version. And so I'm sitting there going, really? Come on, it can go on anything. And so I would think as many years as they milked Grand Theft Auto 5, I figured that they would have done it. But, they just want to make mobile games on Switch and on Xbox, I guess, too. Odd.
Right.
Yeah, well.
Shout out to the chat real quick, because my good buddy Seamus Kelly is here. What's going on, brother? We got RWK88, the game complainers in the building. The one and only Wilmy Hood has graced us with his presence. I see him in there. What's going on, Wilmy? Spider-Man 356 is here as well. Iceman, Cyber Gunter in the building. What's going on? Monkey Punch Lugo is here. Roshan Eppinger. Man, there's a lot of great people in the house tonight. Good to see you here. As I said, if you missed it off the top of the show, if you're here during the live chat, you've already got yourself one entry into the Mass Effect Power A controller giveaway, courtesy of this podcast right here. And that will happen at the end of August in our final podcast of the August month. Okay?
Damn right.
There you go. Goddamn right. All right, Jaguar Gaming, what's happening? MG, yo, what's up, man? All righty. Titan, is it a big win? Would you consider it a win here? Get a little W going on?
Definitely. I mean, it sounds like it sounds like a paid version, and it seems like they got to put some work in. Seems like they got to put some work into this remake when this whole thing seems to do is what the Xbox console does natively, right? 4K upscaling, boosted frame rates. So, where are all the pro Xbox articles that are just missing this coverage? These are cool bragging points for Xbox that almost goes unnoticed. You know what I mean? So Xbox needs to include this information in every event they have. How long does it include this? How long does it take to include this information somewhere? And they need to do it everywhere, because I guarantee, hardly anyone knows about this stuff. All the things that the series consoles can just do natively with that back compat program. And I can do it. I can promote this in one sentence. You don't got to draw it out or anything. You don't need some long thing. Short, sweet. It is how Xbox needs to do their marketing. Short, sweet, like my sex life or something like that, So
short and disappointing. I mean, sweet. Yes, as a summer flower.
I mean, that's the way they need to do it. And I don't know. It's just frustrating because I don't see it happening that often. Do you guys? Let me know in the chat if you guys see it. Maybe I'm blind to the fact. Maybe I'm turning a blind. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places. I don't know. But let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the chat.
Interesting.
Yeah, hey, $50 though. That's a pretty steep pill for a game that's not even a remaster.
Yeah, right. I mean, for the Switch, I think it's a little better. Like I said, never really come out on that console, so that's something new. But everybody else, yeah. And I'm looking at it. It did say Switch and PS4 and PS5 backward compat. So it's coming out on PS4 as a $49. Oh, and PS Store looks like. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Wilmy tonight, who almost ruined my, my bedtime tonight. Without going too far.
All right.
My wife's like, stop the stream. She's like,
did that sound just like? Don't you start talking about that again? Oh my God. just.
What did you fix your stuff finally? Like we're talking of this podcast, Noob's trying to fix the shit. He's like, Titan, go on a rant, will you?
Go on a rant, man. Take it over, baby. Let's go. Sex life? What is that, man? If you're able to have sex anymore, that's great. That's great.
I just got the background fix. I came right in my pants. God damn it.
Jesus.
The best fucking time I had all day.
I don't even remember what my wife's vag looks like anymore. I mean, fuck, it's going to seem pretty new by the time I get back there.
It's regrown his virginity.
It's got that new pussy feeling all over again.
I'm telling you, I'm starting to feel like a born-again virgin over here. It's crazy. You get those head crusties after a while.
Lovely. Thank you.
Hey, Jim Ryan, what's going on, man? Yay! What's going on?
Oh, my God.
All right, Jim Ryan's here to keep it all in check.
All right, that's a new one. Spider-Man blaming my sex life on Smite. That's a new one. All right. Let's keep rolling.
That
Why
could
not?
be correct. Could be correct.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it's not a big topic. I just, it's one of those things that we've always known from the start that this was, a good thing for Xbox. It was a bonus. It's not one of those big bragging right things, but when you obviously get access to games and can play them for no additional charge, bringing those collection over, that's huge, and that's going to be a big thing for Nintendo when they bring out this Switch 2. Like, if you can't play your old Switch games on the Switch 2 when it launches next year, most likely, then I'd say it's a huge L for Nintendo because people are going to be pissed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I heard they're putting in a cartridge port, and that would make me believe that they are thinking about that, but we know how Nintendo can be. It's just like, you paid for all those games, you can't use them anymore. Too bad.
So they're putting in cartridge support, you've heard. So have we heard anything about what their new content is going to be on? Is it going to be all digital, like their new content? Is it going to be CD? Like who knows? Like that's a crapshoot with Nintendo.
Well, if they want to follow the PSP model and make a mini disc.
I'll bet floppy disks are really cheap to make.
Yeah, a little cheaper than micro SDs. But micro SDs are pretty cheap, honestly, if it's a small game.
Catch you later, Wilmy, if you're jumping out, my brother. But thank you so much, and don't worry, you've already got your first entry into that game controller giveaway.
Dirty bastard.
Yes. Hit and run, baby. Hit and run. Let's go.
That's a Wilmy thing for damn sure.
All righty. Any further thoughts on the backwards compatibility and obviously this whole thing? No, just kind of move along.
Like Titan was saying, it is kind of odd how they gloss over that Xbox did this almost 2 years ago now, that they allowed it to come on, and it was amazing, and you were able to, like I said, play it in 4K, and it's been out for a long time, and they're making a big deal like, yeah, PS5 can do this. And it's like, yeah, it's great. I know it can, but they don't like doing it. I think they don't like doing anything for free per se. If you own it, there you go. And I'm hoping that's the way it is also on PS5.
If you own it, we'll still find a way to charge you more for it.
Well, yeah, no shit. So, all
Right.
right.
Yeah,
Cool.
no doubt. Cool Cat Terry's in the house. What's going on, Cool Cat? I figured she might show up, get that entry. She loves Mass Effect and stuff, so that's good. Good to see you here, Terry. Would love to have you on as a guest at some point in time as well. So fantastic to see the ladies coming out to support Lady Foxfire. I'm not sure if she was in the building here earlier, but she might stop by. I did see her over in Colt Eastwood podcast. Shout out to them, by the way, Colt Eastwood and Meg over on that particular podcast. So yeah.
Awesome.
Is that a yellow hat underneath the headset? No, I don't know what it is, but the screen comes through. Like when it does the green screen, it still shows the thing behind my head. It's kind of weird. It looks like I got a halo.
That's his God halo, I was going to say.
Yeah, that's what it is. All righty.
Lo siento. God bless you.
All right. Well, let's talk about the big one, I guess. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. Obviously, we know that fighting games this year are all the rage. We've just had the recent release of Street Fighter 6, which seems to be doing very well and has gotten rave reviews. We know that Killer Instinct comes out in September, and we keep seeing more content being added for that game, and the hype is certainly starting to buzz for that one. We've heard of a few other fighters as well, but one of the fighters that Xbox fans have been longing for the most and have certainly been asking for more has been Killer Instinct. And it looks like the crew and Iron Galaxy are kind of putting things back together and are promising a 10th anniversary update. Now, does this mean we'll see a new game in the future? Potentially, but at least we're going to get some new content and more support for a game that's certainly been one of the best fighting games in a very long time and was certainly one of the highlights of the Xbox One launch program. So there you go, man. Killer Instinct is coming back. Guys, do you like Killer Instinct? Are you excited at all for any of this news? Who is your favorite character in Killer Instinct if you do play it? Would love to know. Let's start with Darth.
Oh, I had a buddy of mine got me into it when he actually got me into the Xbox One. I was kind of slowing back and going, I'm not going to buy consoles for a little bit. And he's like, no, we got to do it. And ended up getting Killer Instinct and played that for a long time. And I was trying to remember Fulgore. I'm trying to remember who else I did. What's the pirate guy? I can't think of his name offhand.
The skeleton guy?
Yeah, that'd be skeleton.
What the fuck is his name? Spinal.
Is that? I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Spinal. Yeah.
That was my favorite one to use. So I think Fulgore and him. That was and Jago actually. Speaking of, that was a good one too. But I enjoyed playing. It was a great game. I was surprised, and there was a lot of content that they were given during the Xbox One era. They were dumping lots of characters and lots of different things in it. And I liked playing it for a while. But yeah, it lasted a couple of years of them supporting it, and then it just kind of sat. And I was like, are they going to make a sequel? It'd be great. No, and man, got to see some more stuff done to it. I think it'd be neat for them to revamp it, or even like you said, make a sequel, make a bigger game. That'd be cool. Yeah,
indeed. How about you, Titan?
So I feel like this has been in the rumor mill for at least like a year, right? How long would you say this has been in the rumor mill for, Neve?
Yeah, I think even more than a year. I think a lot of people speculated there could be something coming. The fans have been clamoring for it. We keep seeing like little hints and drops. And as a matter of fact, it's even Ed Boon always keeps like saying like, hey, we'd like to have a Killer Instinct Mortal Kombat kind of deal thing. And you never know. Maybe there's something in the works with those guys too. We just don't know, but that would be amazing, right?
Oh God,
Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct or something like that. That was great, but
or a character from Killer Instinct in Mortal Kombat. I can easily see that happening.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah, that would mesh really good.
A Marvel versus Capcom thing, if they actually tied them together, made a whole game, that'd be incredible. that would be insane.
Like, I want to say it's been at least a year from like probably reputable sources. Like, because the rumor mills, they usually tend up starting up. A lot of them, when a lot of rumors start up, they're usually BS. And then, sometimes reputable sources pick them up. And that's when I start to really look into it or whatever. But because like if we think about it, if we jumped on every rumor, I feel like I'd be a PlayStation fanboy or something at that point. Just jump on every possible thing that comes around, no matter how ridiculous. But
Killer Instinct versus Smite, Jesus Christ.
Titan is sold.
Thank you.
Put Thor on there, I'm down. So like depending on like if you were saying, maybe they will do like a completely new game or whatever. I feel like I'd be hard pressed to say they're not working on a full brand new release somewhere along the line. So I'm thinking, and this is kind of out of my wheelhouse. I usually don't do this because there've been a lot of sayings on how, there's going to be some shadow drops and things like that. And this, I think, could be a very big potential shadow drop. Why? Because I don't think they need a ton of marketing for this. Like,
that's right.
How big of, the Killer Instinct crowd, like, is that really a huge crowd? Because it's been so long, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't played Killer Instinct since, I think I played it on the Sega. Am I right? Sega, maybe Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo was never.
I never owned it. I always played it like, maybe like I remember like either renting it or like playing it. I was always playing it at someone's house, and I had to say I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so maybe that's where I'm getting my memories from. It's so long ago.
Poor child.
Killer Instinct Gold, and then it was Killer Instinct 2.
Yes. I remember it was like an arcade. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's how I didn't even play the Xbox version. So
let me see. I think Killer
It's
Instinct,
been a really long.
If I remember, it was kind of used.
So you haven't played Killer Instinct when it came for the Xbox One?
Correct.
Oh my God.
Damn, you got to get on that, man. You'll love it. If you love fighting games, you'll love that one. That one and it's got such good the graphics look even amazing even today.
I'm not a huge fighting game. Like I love Mortal Kombat. And that's about as far as I go. Like I did buy that DC what was it? The fighting one. It had Superman, all them.
Oh, you're talking about
Injustice.
Yeah, Injustice.
Actually, Injustice, I think it's made by a similar team that does like Mortal Kombat. The
NetherRealm.
The story modes are fucking amazing in both those games. They're great.
Yeah, I'd one and two. They just didn't grab me like Mortal Kombat does. Like Mortal Kombat, I love the story. Like I can't I see the way they're going with this new one, but they could have branched out so many ways at the end of the last one, when you beat Kronika or whatever. I mean, a reboot does make sense, and I'm not going to knock on that whatsoever because I do kind of like, it's an interesting way. Not probably the way I would have gone if I was writing the story, but I wonder how many stories, like how many potential like they had to have a ton, and that had to be a hard decision because they set themselves up for so many possible ways to go from after Mortal Kombat 11, and that's kind of the cool thing to me because no matter what happened next, I feel like we were going to be surprised after I beat that game, and that's why I loved it. That's why I loved it was one of the better stories I've ever played, especially like a fighting game. Like how good do fighting game stories usually pan out to be, right?
Most of them are a little bit chintzy for sure, yeah.
Yeah, mediocre, whatever. Like this was like a 90 something for me. So I got to give them credit where credit is due, and hopefully they come up with a equally engaging story for Killer Instinct, something like that. So
I would actually love to see them do that. Yeah.
I saw like my vague memory with it is like no, I'm thinking of Rampage actually too. I'm getting Killer Instinct and Rampage like it's so old they're combining in my head, where like you jump on the side of the building, you're like crashing the building down.
Right.
Oh. Anyways, fun times though.
I got a share. I got
Instinct. Wasn't that one too?
I got to share a screen with you guys here in a sec.
Primal Instinct, that was on Sega. I might have.
These were all of these are arcade like ports too. I was going to say, speaking of Killer Instinct, if you didn't know, Killer Instinct was developed at the same time they were developing the N64, and they were using it as almost a promotional tool for the N64's its code name, the Ultra 64. Because every time the game started up, it had Ultra 64 turning in the background and the arcade. So it was, if you've never played the arcade one, you see that and go, oh my God. And that's what they were doing. They were promoting the new console, which everybody thought was going to use the same hardware as the arcade, which it didn't. and look as good, which would have been amazing. It would have been better than a PlayStation 1, but things didn't work out.
You know what our chat reminds me of, Noob? Our chat reminds me of a PlayStation podcast because they hate Xbox, but they can't stop talking about it, right? Chat's just like that with Smite, man. They hate Smite, but they can't stop fucking talking about the shit.
I'm on your team, guys. I'm on your team.
Well, guys, if you didn't see this on Twitter, I thought this was great. Ed Boon shared something. This was fan made, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I can think we all know the possibilities here. So I'm going to pull up the full screen, guys, and here it is. If you didn't see this, oh,
Elvis.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Ronaldo. King James. Zuck. Yeah. Nick. Oprah. Einstein. Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
Jackie Chan. Hillary. Putin. Musk.
I'm blown away.
Mother Teresa. Snoop D-O-double-G. Kid. Rihanna. Shakespeare. Marilyn. Washington. Chef Ramsay. R.E.G. Obama. Tom Cruise. Keanu. Elizabeth II. Fury. Hayden. John. Rock. Oppenheimer. Biden. Dark Randall. Icy Joe. Boney Biden.
Oh my God.
there you go, guys. That was whoever fan put that shit together. That was epic. That was great.
Every one of those needs to be fucking added to.
Honestly, that's fucking DLC. I would pay $100 for.
Fucking hilarious. Shit.
I feel like trash. I have not retweeted that. I've not seen that. I gotta look for it now.
Oh my God.
It's just go to Ed Boon's thing. He's the one who shared it out.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So that's great, eh?
That's one of the best.
Dude.
That's amazing. I'm looking it up right now. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Especially Stephen Hawking comes out there. It's fucking hilarious.
Stephen Hawking.
Pope Francis and everybody in there. Jesus, can you imagine? Can you imagine some of the creative fatalities you can have with that shit?
If they go,
for Winfrey. Now you win a car and the car falls on your fucking head.
You in a car. You in a car.
Oh man,
fucking
Shaquille O'Neal does a fucking dunk with your head. Fucking rips it off from your shoulders and slam dunks it.
They might get a copyright strike or get sued by Capcom if they use Gandhi. I'm just saying.
fucking Einstein beat you with like fucking logic or some fucking shit. Yeah. I am going to make you do some sophisticated algebra.
It just open up a wormhole on your ass is what it'll do.
Absolutely. Yes. Mother Teresa, yes. Everybody was in there, man. It was fucking pretty cool. Yeah, whoever put that together, like that takes a little bit of talent to do that shit up. That was pretty cool. It was almost legit. It was almost looked like it was literally made by the fucking NetherRealm team.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like it looks like it was. It reminds me like that, like if you typed it in like to that AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably what they did too, some kind of AI thing or whatever. Like Pope Francis as, like you say, a character, and then probably fucking puts his face on there or something like that.
100%, man.
Yeah, it's crazy what AI is fucking gonna do to the world here down later on. Well, it's crazy.
The one character that actually would probably make it is Jackie Chan. I could see him in the game for sure.
Right?
But oh my God, no! They should do it. That'd be incredible.
We need a spinoff. You gotta have a spinoff. Imagine like being like Biden versus Trump,
right?
With like fatalities or friendship.
We already had Elon Musk and fucking what was they shortened up the other guy's name?
Zuck.
What do you call him? They call him Zuck. Yeah,
Zuck. Zuck and Bezos. Yeah.
Oh man, that was great.
Alrighty.
All right. So anyway, a little bit of fun, but yeah, no, it's great to see Killer Instinct coming back. I mean, obviously, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a test run. Like I think they're trying to gauge where the franchise is at, perhaps before they drop down and spend a ton of money making a brand new one. But obviously, to have the old members of the team reassembling to kind of come back and do that, they've obviously heard there's enough interest to to bring it back. And I think it's good. Fighting games coming back. I'm sure that's one of the discussions. They were like, man, Street Fighter 6 is out and it's getting good reviews and it's selling well. And Mortal Kombat is looking like it's potentially one of the best Mortal Kombat games of all time. This new Mortal Kombat 1 that's coming out. So, I'm sure everybody's just like, you know what? Let's strike while the iron is hot and bring Killer Instinct back while it's still on the tip of everyone's tongue. And we know that Tekken's coming out with part 8. And all I gotta say was Sega. Where's Virtua Fighter, man? Come on, get with the times. And Dead or Alive, I'd love to see another one of those too. Dead or Alive, at least it might not be your favorite fighting game, but it definitely has the best titty physics.
God damn yes, didn't it? Although the last couple of releases were starting to cut back on it, and that made me sad.
Well, Mortal Kombat really did. They dressed all the ladies up. It's like, fuck, what's going on? Where's all the cleavage from our
10
characters?
11, yeah, 10 is still my favorite. 11's a good game, but 10 is my favorite game. I love that. That's the pinnacle of Mortal Kombat. So I think it was incredible.
They're allowed to be lethal and sexy at the same time,
Yeah.
Seamus says he'd use Snoop Dogg all the time. I'm pretty sure one of his special moves would be like the Mystic Blunt or something like that, Fucking you just disappear in a cloud of fucking weed smoke and then fucking drop some kind of magical beast on you.
No, you'll just
his friendship would have to be like friendship would have to be getting high.
Smoking, sharing a doob with somebody. Yeah.
Kanye West was there. He'd probably throw like Kim Kardashian's ass cheeks at you. She took half of my shit. I will take her buns. Got him insured. Yeah. Oh man.
For some reason, I thought of Cammy. I don't know why.
Cammy. Yeah. It's not really. That's that cosplayer dressed up as her the other day, and it was like unbelievable. Like she was like doing these fucking splits and shit. And I was like, God damn.
Like, stop it. No, do it more.
Joe Biden's fatality would be like him just giving a speech and you dying over time.
Yeah, he just stops and brings out a big fucking scroll and he's gonna read it. We'll sit there and listen to every word I've got to say.
Your character ages rapidly. They're like,
right.
Oh man. All right. Any further thoughts still on Killer Instinct and the anniversary content coming out here soon? All good? Move the needle? All right.
We're good.
Seamus is Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. That's where it's at. Yeah, not quite a fighting game, but yeah, that one was interesting.
It was interesting. I like that. That was something.
You want to test how far physics have gone in video games? Let's do it.
Yeah, make a remake of that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, nude fighters or something like that. Jesus.
Oh, that's where the whole not VR. That's where the whole AI thing would come in and make it kind of interesting too. Because I'm sure you've seen the pictures where it shows it and you're like, wait a minute, is that a real girl? And you have to zoom in on the picture and go, that's AI. What the fuck? It's amazing. So yeah, them making like a video game, I think they could probably pull it off.
I know exactly the kind of fighter that would sell. Cletus 100% proves. It's called Walmart Fighter. and it's basically a bunch of characters, like the weirdest shit you've ever seen at fucking Walmart. The cranky cashier, the fucking, the old fat lady on a scooter with her ass cheeks hanging out, right?
Oh yeah.
Those are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins in Street Fighter 6?
Oh really? Oh, they have Ninja Turtle. They had Ninja Turtle. Well, one or two, one skin in Modern Warfare 2. It was the Shredder, which was badass actually, but of all things.
By the way, anybody in the chat or in this thing planning on seeing that new Teenage Ninja Turtle movie?
I mean, yeah, go knock yourself out.
Is that the you talking about the cartoon one?
Yeah, the new cartoon Mutant Mayhem, is it, or whatever the fuck you call it?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It looks cool, but I got one problem right off the hop, and again, it comes down to the same bullshit that Hollywood's been doing with everything. Why the fuck is April O'Neil now a fucking black girl?
It's they can do whatever they want, it's their thing. But my biggest problem is they've just taken it and they've dumbed it down more, I think, is my big issue. And they've made the Turtles. I collected the comic books, so I mean, back in the 80s, I still have original issues of it, and the original movie, and then the 2003 cartoon series. I mean, I like the original cartoon series as a kid when that came out, but the 2003 series and it was just those were perfect. Uh-oh. Well, whatever. Yeah, okay. Why does he have to have any? He doesn't have a relationship except with his sons, unless it's with his sons. Now it's weird. What the fuck? I'm just saying.
You slimy rats! You killed my brother.
Is that Shredder from the 1930s? I mean, holy shit, dude. That's funny.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Edward G.
Shit.
Robinson.
Yeah, like what?
Teddy rats.
So is that true? So Splinter now is gay in this film?
Hey, yeah, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Well, you heard the reason. You heard who wrote this, right? It was what's his name? Oh, now I can't think of it.
Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen, that's who it is. I was saying, no, it wasn't the other Rogen. It's Seth Rogen.
Joe Rogan.
Probably would have been better if Joe.
Probably
Rogan
would have been better. Joe Rogan, yeah, he'd pull no punches. He'd just give you a straight lady straight.
Seth Rogen, it just doesn't.
I'm sorry.
How do you make a gay rat?
I'm just fucking tired of the gender swapping, race swapping shit for properties that never required it and nobody asked for it. That's the bottom line. Like, just go make new fucking shit if you want, but like, stop messing with fucking people's memories and childhood. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do what they're gonna do, sadly, but it's what it is. It's what it is.
I actually had a student. He was telling me that he saw the movie or whatever, and he's like, I don't know if it's true or not, but he goes, they made the purple one a girl. And I heard a clip of it. I don't think it's a girl, but he definitely had
it's 4 boys. There's 4 boys.
It definitely had like a more feminine voice. But the kid thought it was a girl.
If you look at the kids, the actors, that they're really young. I mean, they're really young. I was like, they're not even really teenagers. It was like they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they got these tiny little voices. It was like, what? I don't get that.
Speaking of turtles, Jago has shared that with me. So now let's check it out, shall we? Let's bring up the screen here, and we'll see it for ourselves. I'm quite interested to see. So let's see.
I'm interested to see.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Do it.
Oh, God damn it! There.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Wow.
Wow, thanks for that, Jago.
Not as good as the Smite crossover.
Oh,
just saying.
Right.
I could do Krang, Splinter, all turtles, an old school version of Raphael, a black and white Raphael, and I think a couple other ones too. The only one they don't got is like Casey Jones. That would have been awesome to be Casey Jones. But they got Shredder and Super Shredder. Legit. Smite knows how to do crossovers. Take notes, everybody.
Smite knows how to do crossovers.
Jesus.
Good old Titan. Every episode he manages to get. That team should owe you some royalties or something.
I was going to say, he's got to earn that check. He's got to mention it. That's contractually obligated. No matter every time he's on any stream, he's got to bring that up.
That was one of my things. Like my wife was like, "We'll be the same state as Smite headquarters." Yeah, it's actually a couple towns down. Like you could be outside. Like, man, how much of a crazy fan would I look like standing outside the headquarters, me raging out there? Your matchmaking sucks. I love the skins though.
Like, could you do some good crossovers, assholes?
So the Turtles were already in Mortal Kombat, so now they're coming over to Street Fighter, obviously.
Right. Well, the reason that they're making this movie is because I was not joking. There's a contractual obligation that they have to do it a certain number of years, and if they don't, the license lapse. So they actually have to do it, and that's why this movie's even coming out. And they had somebody making another one, and it wasn't getting done in time. So they're like, Seth, make one. He's like, yeah, let's do it. And that's what they made. So that's really, a bonus for how much time and effort were put into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, that and there's a new cartoon too going to follow it. Obviously, another new one, which there's one every like 2 years now. It's like, let's do another Ninja Turtle show. Do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's driving me crazy.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, guys, the resurgence of the fighting genre is definitely real. We look forward to Killer Instinct coming back and perhaps a bunch of added DLC, or perhaps we'll see some of the Killer Instinct characters actually show up in the next iteration of Mortal Kombat. I would not be surprised at all, especially, like I said, the way things are going. Very cool stuff right there. Let's talk about a game that is just a little bit over a month away now at this point in time, and I'm talking about one of the biggest games on the planet. But however, it doesn't really feel like it's supposed to be one of the biggest games on the planet, or perhaps biggest games in space. I'm talking about Starfield. And the question is, I don't know about you guys, but where is the marketing? Now, am I wrong on this? Or does it feel like we're like a month away and there's been very little about this game to promote it? Outside of the controller and the whole headset thing, I haven't really seen much at all. Am I wrong? Or am I just not in the right loop?
Can I stop you right there and do my rant?
Go ahead. You rant away, sir.
Have at me after I do this, okay? Because I'm in the same boat as you. But I mean, like, I feel like Xbox marketing, and granted, I know it's like Bethesda still, but it's an Xbox game now, so someone's got to take ownership, right? But I feel like fucking Xbox marketing is like a fucking Rubik's Cube right now. Like, you search and try to find fucking different avenues to find your answer, but you never fucking solve the shit, okay? It's like impossible how the biggest game of the generation is being outdone by things like, Twisted Metal on Peacock. How many more times have we heard, like, the future of The Witcher, and than we have about Starfield,
right?
Like I believe it was Bethesda themselves. Here's the interesting part, new. Bethesda themselves responded to a lack of marketing post on Twitter, and yeah, I haven't gotten into the habit of calling it X. Not sure if I ever will, but bear with me.
Yeah,
Bethesda really scoffed at the claim of the lack of marketing, new. Like they responded to this and they really scoffed at it. Now, granted, they released the controller, which I have. They also released the headset. It's like, okay, but where are the commercials? Because like I'm sick of hearing about like For Hims and fucking Blue Chew. Like get on that level of marketing, and I'll respect your marketing strategy. When I fucking seen 1,000 times more Blue Chew than fucking, but your fucking biggest game of the century, like Blue Chew, this shit's a fad anyways. Here, that shit'll be gone in a fucking 6 months or whatever.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Spider-Man says there's been lots of ads for it, but where are the ads? I mean, all the biggest social media platforms I'm involved in, I'm not seeing nothing. I mean, I haven't seen anything with any of the major sports out there right now, where a lot of time you see those game ads up there. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the right loop, but I'm not seeing anything. You think they'd be putting it on like maybe on a Netflix, or put a commercial somewhere, or you see commercials all over YouTube when you fire up a video, but nothing.
You are like in the same fucking boat. I think I played like, oh my God, what was I going to say?
You think you played?
I'd love to give. Let me restart this. I'd love to give Xbox marketing some congratulations. I'd love to see more Xbox related stuff on YouTube. Just like you're saying, there's a lack of it, right? I'd actually take that worthless fucking survey at the beginning of some of the fucking videos I watch if I saw Xbox marketing. I just don't. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, you got upset, man. I am sorry. I didn't.
I've seen more Xbox guys show pictures of the controller and the headset. That's about it.
Yeah, then ads. I was wondering if they didn't just go old school brick and mortar on it and like, yeah, we're gonna put it on ABC, NBC, and CBS. That's where we're gonna advertise it, and then maybe in a movie theater occasionally between trailers. Because I think somebody told me they saw it at a theater, and I'm like, okay, well, great. But, things don't work that way anymore. Like, social media is where you advertise shit like that. That's where, like you said, in YouTube, or if you, like, really is the streaming content, would you have it, like, on Hulu for a commercial popping up all the time? That's what I would have it. I'd be paying huge amounts of money to make sure that was getting in people's eyeballs all day long. no matter what. They'd get sick of it, and kids are like, "Oh my god, it's coming out!" So everybody knows. But instead, no, I agree. They are dropping the ball. I don't give a fuck what they said. What do you mean our ads are huge? Yeah, in Singapore? I mean, where?
A billboard in the middle of space? I don't know. Where the fuck you putting?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna
right.
We advertise from space. Didn't you see the satellite?
At least with all this commotion going around with the aliens, you could have fucking said, "Hey, these aliens brought down some Starfield advertisements."
Oh my God.
Fail.
Well, you know, the show, if the show had another season that happened to be coming out this year, which I think the last season was a couple years ago, was The Expanse. Talk about a perfect fucking tie-in for something like Starfield, because it feels like Starfield, for Christ's sake. That game, that show feels like the game. And talk about, that would be incredible to have a show like that and be like, yeah, we're going to tie in and we're going to advertise on that show all day long. Fuck. You want to talk about selling shit? That would be amazing. But just my opinion.
The one thing I'm going to knock Xbox for is they fail. It's like, I swear, there's always one piston in the fucking engine that's broken. Might be this one, might be the fourth one. Who the fuck knows? But one of them is they can never fire on all cylinders at once. It's like, fuck, it's so rare. Like a fucking unicorn.
They take
like,
turns going on vacation.
I'm sending Phil a fucking
You can go on vacation, and then when you come back, I'll go on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, something. And it's just one fucking person. Jesus Christ.
Maybe they think the game is so big that everybody's buying it, so it doesn't need any fucking promotion. I don't know.
Well, they're all right. They made a headset. Awesome. They made a controller. Awesome. Those are good. Those are really good first steps.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But like since then, I like sure. Let me know in the chat if me and Noof are wrong. If we're looking in the wrong places, and Praxis is in the same spot too. Yeah. So I mean, he's in Canada. Where are you at, Praxis?
I'm in Idaho, yo.
I mean, I'll
so he's out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they're not even showing it there.
They're not showing it in the middle.
I'll give it 2 weeks and come back to it. But in 2 weeks' time, when we're halfway through the month, we really don't see it ramped up. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Spider-Man ads all over the fucking tarnation, right?
Yeah, we saw them. They were out in the field. They were doing some crop circles or something out there as a shape of some weird game. I don't even know from the fucking satellite. They were taking some pictures. Who gives a fuck? Is that Starfield? That's my field, motherfucker. Get out.
Corn. We got to have some cornfield up in here.
I want a list. I want a list of all the ways they've marketed this game. That's what I want. It's somewhere. Someone's got to fucking know, right? The money. There's got to be a money trail. There's got to be something. We got to be able to get that data. It's got to
find out in a minute.
Knowledge.
Send it right back, I'm sure.
Someone help me out here. I got to read the chat because I haven't read it in a while. Like, have you guys?
The chat's going good. Like Spider-Man seems to disagree with what we're saying. Spider-Man, if you can find us a link and put it in the chat, man. But
yeah,
I mean, it isn't going to change the fact that Xbox guys are not going to play the game. We're not going to buy it. I mean, I'm buying the game regardless of if I see a commercial or fucking not. I mean, I think it's going to be a great game. I really do. But I also get a funny feeling the media is already getting ready to tear this thing to shreds.
Yeah,
they're probably busy working on some negative reviews as we speak, right?
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. As soon as this game comes out, how many negative articles are there going to be? Like, it's going to be hard to kind of, survive that deluge that is inevitably coming. Like, people have been working on this shit for fucking months. You better believe it. You should have been marketing this shit while all of these Xbox hating publications, because man, they're gonna be on their A game with this one. Imagine how many like Starfield wishes it was Spider-Man. The loading is faster in Spider-Man. Like the roads are endless.
I'm glad Doggy Dog brought this up, because after this topic, we were going to talk about this real briefly here. But Samsung having a commercial today saying that you can play Starfield on their televisions. Now, I don't know if that means there's Game Pass and TVs, or they just got a copy of that game, like basically downloaded into the TV. I don't fucking know, but
I've been hearing about that for a while now. I think that's like the dongle that Microsoft was originally making that was going to connect to TV so they could do the live stream. Yeah, I think that's probably tied in hardware that can actually get into Xbox Live. I think I've been hearing about it for a while.
Can you play that little video that you linked in our DMs? Because at the end of that,
Nice, man.
there was a little hint. I think maybe you guys missed at the very end of that. So we can go ahead and we'll promote Xbox and Starfield some more on our fucking show.
Okay. All right. I'll play that video here. I'll bring it up on the screen. All right. Hang on here. Here we go. I got it up on the screen. Hang on a second here, guys. Give me a sec. Gotta pause it and make sure it starts out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
the main part to look at, like, it was at the very end. I
Right.
think like a couple of your questions are going to be answered there. Like they kind of slid it in there all sly.
Here we go, guys. Gonna play this video for you here now and share it, add to the stream. Here we go. Let's play it out here.
All right, stop it right there.
Oh yeah, right.
No console required.
No, I don't.
Oh, hang on. I think it said Game Pass right here. Right there.
And then you can see a tiny little Xbox logo on the right, barely.
There was also a thing, I don't see it here. There it is, Samsung Gaming Hub. So there's going to be a
Samsung Gaming Hub. Okay, yeah. So they have their own gaming thing built in, and it looks like straight access to Game Pass.
Yep. So they're going to have a gaming hub, which Xbox Game Pass will be on. And that was kind of slid, and that was the thing I was looking for. So
I have never seen this commercial ever.
That's well, you have now.
We're gonna freak that out. Fuck.
Right. Yeah. So like, this is a great segue into that last part. But I mean, look. I don't know. Like, we saw more marketing at this point for Redfall. Now maybe they were pushing Redfall super hard because they already knew it was going to kind of get knocked hard before it came out. And again, we have talked about. I mean, they have shown lots of videos of Starfield. They have the direct on Starfield, the whole 9 thing. So and Terry says there's a Reddit thread talking about Starfield. Ad campaign and people seeing ads, so maybe our ad blockers are working too well. I'm not sure, but I just find that 3 of us here are all pretty avid gamers and stay in the loop on a lot of things. All 3 of us not really seeing it, so that's kind of interesting. So, but somebody's seeing it, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, as long as it's out there, but maybe they get to work on putting it in the right place, or maybe they're waiting for the YouTube crowd to kind of do most of the marketing for them. I don't really know, but I mean, we haven't even seen I don't know when. Probably like in 2 weeks, you would think we're going to see like those, those YouTubers that open up the unboxing and then perhaps talking a little bit about it, perhaps in a week or 2, maybe.
We're literally a month away. I mean, they should be like bombarding everybody with this from every place. There should be like trucks driving around big cities with billboards on the back of them, fucking showing Starfield on it, playing like on a big screen. I mean,
well, there's also Gamescom coming out soon too. And it's not going to be playable there, which I understand that part, because it's such a huge game. You can't even dig your toes in such a huge game in such a little time. So I agree with not having a playable version, but I wonder how much Starfield will be posted around at Gamescom. And supposedly Xbox has got, the biggest, I guess set that they've ever had at this year's Gamescom. So it's going to be kind of interesting. They got, a lot of really good games that are going to be playable there. They said they had like 150 systems. So I don't know. I've never been to a Gamescom. Like I've never been to any. I gotta get to like an E3 or something, or a fan fest or something.
Some exposition somewhere you got to get. Yeah, you should. I went to the first 2 and they were amazing in 95, 96. That's incredible. I'm sad that I didn't go any further, but it was just outside of what I could capably do. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I miss going to stuff like that. I'd love to go to like a Comic-Con. I'd love to go to something huge like that.
Well, I mean, flights don't leave Idaho, but once every 10 years? So
No, it's all buses, buddy. There's no planes. They don't believe in them.
The flights only leave Idaho when they have enough potatoes to ship.
A lot of Mormons here, buddy. More Mormons here than Utah, believe it or not.
he's like
anyway.
Class D next to the potatoes.
Yeah, a lot of buses, a lot of extra wives too, I've heard. So Dark Zone actually made a really good point, and I think it popped up on the screen, but I got to reiterate. He said, "It's what I felt when I saw that commercial. I was like, I for Bethesda, basically they're an in-house studio. They're part of Microsoft, of Xbox, and it says it's why Xbox Series X or SX are not doing good because you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox games. And that's how it was shown. Like I said, on the commercial, there was a tiny, tiny little Xbox logo on the other screen, and then Game Pass was prominent. But this is Microsoft selling Xbox as a service instead of selling it as Xbox. And I kind of get that's their future, but it's like, what are they doing? Advertise your fucking console. Advertise what you're selling. Right. People want the systems. They're interested in it, unless you're that like, well, they're not selling, right? So fuck it. We're just gonna sell a TV.
Yeah.
For
Remember
Samsung,
when they brought out the Xbox One X, and then they always had like the little marketing ploys like plays and looks best on Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Well, we don't see any of that for the Series X at all. Like Series X has become literally the ugly stepchild of the Xbox family. It's like they don't even want to talk about it.
It's not ugly.
It's not. No, it's actually the better looking one, in my opinion. It's the more interesting one. You see the what is it? The air cleaner that the PS5 looks like. No offense, that's just what it looks like. Air purifier for a room. But the Xbox actually, it looks like a box. And it looks like a computer. I have actually a son-in-law who has a computer that looks exactly like it because they model it after the Series X. And so it's like a great form factor. It's really neat. It's interesting. But anyway, just my opinion.
I mean, how many people is this? All right, so you got a Samsung TV, you get this app, and you play Starfield on it. How many people is that going to draw in? They must be really banking that this is going to draw in a lot of gamers. I don't see it happening. I think anyone that's interested in gaming is either going to get a console and play at the best place you can play on a console or a PC. I don't see too many people like, oh man, I can't spend $250 on a Series S. They hit that price point. That was a good marketing strategy. I thought, hitting that low price point and having the premium product. So they hit both.
Yeah. I wonder if this Samsung thing, if this is going to be on all of their models of smart TVs or just current ones.
Well, it said a hub. Maybe it's something they're selling.
It sounds like it's an app that they can download for all Samsung smart TVs, most likely.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a firmware update that they could push out to, because my TV, man, I swear my TV asks me for an update almost every other time I turn it on. It's like annoying at this point. I just found out how to turn off the freaking voice recognition. Last time I was playing Smite, I'm like saying something, and the whole this voice recognition blocks my screen. Oh my god, I was raging and I got killed for it. I was at a perfect game, didn't die, and I'm like dodging ultimates left and right, and fucking this thing comes up and I get melted. Holy fuck, it pissed me off.
Well, at least it didn't get after you for swearing or something like Siri. That'd be hilarious. It starts talking. And please stop swearing, or you'll have credits removed from your account.
Oh my god, I'd be broke.
It'd be like fucking what is it? Not Universal Soldier, Demolition Man.
I'd have to set up a GoFundMe for my foul mouth.
No shit. Me too. I know. Okay, so I'm trying to go through this gaming hub and find out. 2022 and newer TVs.
By the way, those of you in the chat who somehow got upset at the fact that we didn't see fucking ads and we're just wondering where's the marketing, sorry if that upset you, but yeah, go fuck yourself. It's just our opinion. I'm just telling it like it is, man. If we haven't fucking seen it and Jago hasn't seen it, I mean, how many fucking people in this chat have actually seen a lot of fucking ads? Where the point it's like, Yeah, we have like wow, like we've seen a lot of ads, right? So yeah, put a one in the fucking chat. Because if not, then I would say they're missing the mark somewhere. When the hardcore fans don't see the goddamn shit, then who the fuck is watching it?
Yeah,
Are you putting it on Sesame Street at 3 o'clock in the morning? Where's it going?
They could really be stepping on the throats of Sony right now. We've seen the emails from the, from the trial, right? Mm-hmm. How like Matt Booty, I think it was, said we could really outspend Sony and outspend them out of business, this and that, right? So they've got this, like, at least some of them in the Microsoft brass have this killer instinct. At least some of them have this killer instinct to really nail this freaking, put all the money going gung-ho, yada, yada, really make Sony work for everything they do, make them sweat, blood and tears and whatnot. But they're not, they're just missing, they're misfiring. Like
they should pull an old Sega trick.
If they fired on all cylinders, I am not knocking Xbox, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, if they fired on all cylinders, do you know how good they would look to freaking everyone? Right. And you know what? Let's not mess this all up, because mind share for Xbox has been going up, even with these missteps here and there, right? But it's like, how much could he go up even further if they correct some of these simple mistakes? Mm-hmm. That's all it is, really.
that one little thing sort of eludes them. Like we've always said, they make one or two steps forward and then always take one back. It's just kind of weird with those guys. I don't know, but look, it is what it is. Game's going to be huge. Hopefully, it sells a shit ton of Game Pass subscriptions. I mean, like even from the Game Pass tie-in, I haven't seen anything like Game Pass and coming soon, Starfield. You know what I mean? Like, get your subscription now. Don't miss out on the best epic or something. Like just something. I don't know. And do we even know, has the game even gone gold yet? Because at this point in time, it must be getting awfully close to going gold if it's going to release in like pretty much a month here.
They haven't said anything.
I haven't seen anything. They're gonna print all those.
I haven't said anything about it. Can I say that? Can I say that without anyone getting mad?
So, geez, like a lot of these big games, a lot of times, like a month before, they're fucking, we're gone gold, and all we're doing now is basically printing discs and shit and setting up the last few things. I haven't seen shit.
Like, all right, look at it this way. I've been a Xbox fan my whole life. I've also been a Minnesota Vikings fan my whole life. Do you think that I like the Vikings any less? That every Sunday I watch their game and I'm like, that should have been a pass play. That should have been a running play. I know, because if I know a running play is coming and you run a running play, you don't think the fucking other team knows that shit's coming? I'm a fucking clown on my fucking couch.
You don't say. I don't believe you.
And it's just frustrating because, like, I want my team to win the Super Bowl. I want Xbox to win the fucking gaming Super Bowl if there was fucking one. You know what I mean?
Oh, they've got a bowl, all right. It's probably like the fucking toilet bowl. We're in last place. Like, we're always on the bottom. We always see the top-ended assholes right on the bottom.
Wipe off the seat, will you? Let's go, fucking. What's his name? Fucking the head of Xbox marketing. Wipe off the seat, man. Put the toilet seat down. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
Greenberg. Oh no, Jago, put that back up there. Let me read that. I only caught a slight image. The only thing that gets less marketing than Xbox is the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, and Smite, everything I love, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Tom's Hot Fries, man, my favorite snack ever. They went out of business. Oh,
my buddy Shamo is a Packers fan. We feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Oh my God! All right, so you Packers fans out there, have you guys seen the clips from Jordan Love? It is not looking good for that guy. He is missing wide open people on one-on-one coverage, like consistently. Their defense is saying their offense sucks. It's a massacre over there. I'm going to love this year of football, let me tell you. Yeah. Doggy.
But anyway, look, a couple more weeks. Hopefully, things ramp up. I mean, there's still time. I'm just saying, like, we're all saying it the way we see it, and obviously, we haven't seen it. So, there's got to be something to it. But anyway, I'm sure the game's going to be fine. I'm going to play it regardless. I'll be there day one. I'll be picking up a copy. Can't wait. So, a couple more weeks, guys, and we'll be going to space, baby. It's going to be good stuff. Sir X-Men is for the bears. Yeah, they need to stop. Well, let's just say, how come I see more shit about controllers? That's the problem. Every time there's a new controller, guarantee I see a fucking ad somewhere for it. Right? Got that fucking skin-colored, fucking vag clamp-colored controller, and Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what, if Microsoft could get the rest of the marketing on the level as their controllers, hey, I'd be on board.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
I'd fucking be praising them every week like I do fucking G Fuel or something, man. I've seen more G Fuel fucking commercials.
Right?
I've seen more G Fuel commercials. I've seen more G Fuel on Smite. You've seen more G Fuel on this podcast. I guarantee it. I fucking do it every fucking beginning of the show.
I bet you if they put fucking Logan Paul or Starfield across Logan Paul's trunks, there you go.
Everybody be staring at his ass. Yeah, thanks.
Put it across the WrestleMania banner, the map banner, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't care if I just look at his ass. Damn.
Isn't that the guy who sells Prime Energy drink? Yeah.
Oh my God. Who saw that last boxing match with Jake Paul? Did you guys see the weigh-in? The fucking clown he versed looked worse than my dad bod, okay?
I
didn't think he was going to fucking win. Criminy.
Gets these guys their credentials, but he's out there busting his ass training. These old guys come in on the laurels. I'll knock this guy out and get the shit kicked out of him.
And on Twitter, they're like, "Who's Jake Paul gonna beat next?" Like, yeah, congrats, he beat a fucking retired MMA clown. It's like that looks like fucking
10 years over the hill. Yeah, no shit.
Looks like that fucking King of the Hill fucking dude. What's his name? Boomer or something.
Boomhauer.
Boomhauer, yeah.
Boomhauer.
Beard and all.
Yeah. See, Xbox controller market is top notch. Everybody knows about that fucking pizza controller. I can almost smell it right now while I'm doing this podcast. That sort of shit.
What is that new Mist one that they brought out?
Pizza Mist or whatever. Yeah,
Pizza Mist.
They've actually marketed that one so much that it's got me curious. That's good marketing.
When they come up with a Conquer controller, they'll have look like a fucking piece of poo that sticks in there. You're smelling shit the whole time.
Scratch and sniff. It'd be great.
Oh man.
You saw PlayStation was talking about doing the same thing though, right?
Well, there you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles controller giveaway item only, but we still know a lot about it. That's the fucking crazy part. It's a small little marketing thing, but it's actually got more marketing than something that should have actual fucking marketing. So I guess that's the point. At the end of the day, look, like I said, it is what it is. But anyway, speaking of and just carrying this over, segueing into games on your TV. We've seen it coming. We've known it's been coming. Now it officially kind of looks like it is here. And Samsung is banking that this is going to help sell their brand of televisions. I don't know. Any of you guys have a Samsung television?
I think one of mine is at least.
No, I got the one that's guaranteed not going to work. I got a Sony TV.
Hey, you're lucky that it works with Sony shit.
Come on.
Guaranteed not going to come with the Game Pass app.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time you try to install it, it's just like, this TV shuts down.
Is that TV as loud as the PS5?
No.
Or the PS4 Pro? Like that was the loud one, right? The Pro.
That was sounded like a jet engine when you started playing games at higher frame rates. It was like, oh my god, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I have an LG TV and I have a Hisense TV upstairs. So I like my LG stuff. I even messed my LG phone, but unfortunately, don't make LG phones anymore. So
my TV that I got right now is LG, and it's 4K 120. Actually, only the one. I think it was the Samsung. Yeah, that actually pissed me off because the Samsung TV I bought, they use this thing. They don't say hertz. They use this thing 240.
Yeah,
they got some unique.
It's supposed to be hertz, but that's 240 frames per second or whatever.
Yeah, they got some.
God, yeah,
they do it a little differently, but you essentially cut it in half, and that's supposed to be the frame rate or the hertz, right? So
You know what hurts is the price of these fucking these OLED televisions still. Jesus.
Fuck that. Fucking OLEDs are stupid.
These fucking
expensive.
OLEDs are going to come down or what? I mean, they have come down, but they're still fucking stupidly priced.
I think Hisense and some of the other ones have, I can't, not Hisense, but some of these smaller ones have started making OLEDs as well. So that's when you're going to actually be able to afford them. Unless you buy one that's like 42 inches. I want to get that little one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, there's so many different versions of TVs: QLED, OLED, fucking ELED, LED. I'm lost at this point.
Unleaded.
Q dot,
Yeah.
quantum dot. What the fuck?
Quantum dot. It's all catchphrases.
Quantum.
It's all
Right.
fucking
Yeah,
blast
it's all-
processing. It's all
yeah.
bullshit.
I don't even know what's the best anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Yeah,
bought this.
yeah.
I bought the Sony one because it actually did have 120 hertz, and it runs amazingly. It does HDR and everything all at the same time, so it's kind of awesome. But it was the cheapest one I could get for 75 inches. So just saying.
Gotcha.
No
Well,
PlayStation app, though.
For
Feel
me,
good
for
in
me,
the
man,
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say, man, is I'm still gonna be I'm gonna be gaming on my fucking console. I'm not really into like this whole app on TV stuff, but I can definitely see how it's going to change the industry moving forward, and I think it's definitely going to be a big boost for the companies that get on board with it, because when you think that it's one thing that almost everybody owns and everybody needs is the TV, right? And you're going to have a lot of casuals that are going to have access to this, and if it's promoted properly, there's going to be a lot more people investing in it. And if you tell them, hey, you just got to get the TV, and all you need now is a controller that basically hooks right in, and away you go, access to several hundred titles with the small price of a subscription, man, going to be huge. You can't say otherwise. I think it's give it a couple of years, and I think it's going to be huge. It'll certainly be a big boost for Microsoft, and I think even for Samsung TVs, it could sway people to spend more money on buying a Samsung TV, unless they're going to bring this app across the board, which I do see that potentially. But right now, I know that they've kind of got that marketing deal set up together. So probably for the first while, it's primarily Samsung, but I could see in the future, like that app is probably going to be on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Even on the Switch or whatever the Switch, whatever its successor is.
I feel like there's so many different versions of TVs that would be a good Family Feud question. Name all the versions of the TVs out there.
Oh God!
Can I get QLED?
Actually, you know what? The thing that would make sense, because we've been using it when TVs die and have issues. Roku, if they wanted to partner with somebody, I would partner with Roku and put it in there and have an Xbox logo
right on the Rokus. Yeah,
Why is that?
absolutely.
Box.
Why?
Well, because you can plug it into any TV. It doesn't matter. I have a Vizio TV that's a smart TV, and the smart function fails. So I actually have to do a Roku box to make the fucking thing work. So it works great, and it is in 4K and everything else. And I'm like, man, if it had like and it's Bluetooth. The remote's Bluetooth to it. So I mean, if you had a controller, and a plug-in inside of it, or an app that it used to access the Xbox games, it'd be amazing. But agreed that that I prefer playing on my system. I can't stand. The only time I play something on my phone in bed is occasionally, and it's a game like Pentiment, something that doesn't require super fast input, that I can take my time playing. It's no big deal. And even that's a bitch, because it's so small. The text is so hard to read. It kills my eyes. I'm like, fuck, man, I can't even read this shit. It's tiny. But anyway, I'm not talking about dick. I'm not talking about that.
Have any of you guys seen that update that's coming out for Xbox? It's like you're going to be able to pair your controller to your console without even touching the pair button on your console. That's kind of crazy, I thought. How the hell is that going to work? That's pretty interesting. But apparently,
you start walking by everybody's house with your controller out and start fucking with everything.
Right? I see some shenanigans about to take place. They're trying to get too sly. They're like, damn, how people are fucking lazy these days. Can't even get off your ass to press a button, a pair button on the fucking console. Jesus.
I was gonna say, it sounds
Rocky
like
be outside your door fucking with you the whole time you're trying to play a game, and like, what the fuck is going on? I can't control this dude.
Like, oh man, I gotta pair my controller again. It's been like 3 months since I've done it. Jesus Christ.
I solved that.
I
right
wish.
there. Solved.
I wish
Goddamn
there
it.
was 3 buttons I could push so I wouldn't have to get fucking 6 feet away to press that button. Who the fuck asked for that? So crazy. This world is fucking
But
nuts.
I guess the question is, coming back to the actual question at hand, is will you or won't you guys see yourselves gaming on a television through an app?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'll be playing. I'll be playing.
Take it as a no.
Yeah. Now, the average people that buy new TVs, they might be drawn into that.
Right.
Especially, I'll say this, especially if they like sell the TV with a fucking Xbox controller. If they're really smart, they'll do that.
But if you're going to still go out and buy a console, though, what advantage then should or does the console hold over, say, a TV? Because I think that's a little unfair for people that end up investing in, say, the console portion of the platform and don't see any benefit other than like people that scamp out or cheap out and go straight into a TV and an app.
Well, I would say the
Like,
obvious.
I want to know that I'm getting something for my fucking money. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the obvious point to that is the latency and playing anything multiplayer online. Anything online trying to stream is a fucking bitch. And you lose connection so much. I mean, I play on my console, I still have some issues, but that's saying something. But on a television or on a mobile device trying to stream anything besides a single player game where you don't have to worry about the latency issues and anything that's not running at a frame rate where it's going to stress it. I played Gears of War and that worked pretty good, but even that had some lag issues where I started running and all of a sudden my guy just takes off and keeps running. Like, what the fuck's going on? And it's like, and then it reloads and all of a sudden I'm dead. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And it's not anywhere near perfect, and it's not going to be anytime soon, in my opinion. But the TVs will have a connection to your internet, and it might be faster, but I don't know. It's not perfect. It's still not perfect.
Noof, you just asked me a ludicrous question, so I'm going to throw one right back at you, okay?
All right.
So, smart TVs nowadays have processing chips in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much of those processing chips are actually used by the TV? Do they have overhead? Yada, yada. See where I'm going with this. So Xbox keeps this whatever relationship going with Samsung. How far of a stretch would it be for them to just throw the necessary parts, the entire console, into the TV? You already got a processing chip. Maybe you upgrade that a little bit. And then it does what the TV needs to do, plus what maybe a Series S could do, yada, yada. Memory would probably be,
I was going to say I could eventually see a version of the TV coming with some sort of CPU, GPU, and obviously a storage unit, essentially like almost like a built-in Xbox.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. Potentially for those who don't want to go with the streaming route and want to have some sort of download capability. Maybe you buy a TV that's got 1 terabyte of memory in it, so you can download them and play them natively. It wouldn't really be that hard to do. It could add just a couple $100 onto the price, but I think if anybody really wants to go that route because they don't want to have the the hassle of buying, more wires, a connection, hooking it up, dragging it around, et cetera, et cetera. So the convenience aspect, basically the Xbox is built into the TV. I could see an option for that.
and look at it this way. You would only have to add, like, say, maybe, a few inches to the back of that.
Right.
I can't get my fucking hands right here. You don't have to add about that much, you add a Darth Praxis, to the back of that TV.
How many fingers do you take there? How many fingers do you take?
You can make the fucking thing as wide and as big as you wanted. You wouldn't have to have this because consoles are getting ridiculous in price. How many times are they going to be able to fold up the next fucking Xbox console till they fit in the box or whatever?
Oh, I could just swipe myself.
Just don't talk to your wife. She might correct you. Honey. I'm not saying she would say that, but she'd fuck with you on Smite. That's for goddamn sure it seems.
Let's coin that phrase, man. Add a Praxis to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's coin that.
I'm just trying to do something special.
They'll call the new series Samsung TVs to be called SamX.
Add a Spider-Man 356 fucking millimeters to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, my
Yeah, well,
issue.
there you go. I think from the consensus from the chat and obviously from the panel is, yeah, we're not overly interested in gaming from our televisions through an app. Like, to me, it's great. I'm glad it's there. I mean, it's obviously a bonus. It's a marketing ploy for both the companies. And at the end of the day, it can only be a good thing. More options, more places. As Phil always said, more places to play, less restrictions, less paywalls, less all that sort of stuff. You know, mom and dad are going out to buy a fucking TV. You know, the kid goes, "Hey, mom, maybe you can get that new smart TV because this one can download that app." You know, and boom, there you go. You got another person in the ecosystem. Whether they're coming in for Starfield or not is irrelevant, but they're going to play something on there, probably Fortnite. But yeah, so
Fucking Fortnite. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Fortnite app, for God's sakes. Just saying. Yeah.
it's interesting actually because as I was leaving the supermarket today, there's an issue of Maclean's magazine. And for those guys not acquainted, Maclean's is one of the most reputable like Canadian news magazines up here, and they had this picture of a kid on the front cover, kind of like zoned out like this, and he's got a controller in his hand. He looks like he's baked, and it looks kind of even like an Xbox controller, to be honest with you. And it's called the Zombie Generation.
What the
And
fuck?
apparently there's a news article in there apparently about a parents group. A bunch of parents are suing like the games industry, and all these companies are going to bring a lawsuit against them because they're turning your kids into mindless drones that are now getting like social disorders and anger issues and all that fucking shit. So yeah, I know. That's my thought too. I should have picked up the article. I might even have to buy that magazine just to read what the article is, because it sounds interesting.
What's
McLean?
You says McLean's magazine?
It's called Maclean's magazine. Yeah, it's a big news magazine up here in Canada. It's been around for decades. It's one of the respectable and not like a tabloid kind of deal, right? So that's one of their articles, Zombie Generation or something, turning our kids into a bunch of mindless, like,
Well, that's
zombies.
fucking hilarious, knowing that the vast majority of your kids are already like zoned out by fucking phones.
I was going to say the phones more than anything.
Yeah, I was going to say the game consoles. No, game consoles is a small portion of the populace. The fucking everybody has a phone, and everybody like zones out to the phone. You're talking to people, and they're just all walking around just looking at their phones all the time. Kids are walking around this, walking the street, fucking talking to each other, looking at their phones. And you're like, yeah, oh yeah, that's a zombie generation because of games. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As they're on their phone talking about it, they're zombies and fucking selves.
There's this boomer fucking thought process of them going, hey, look at all these kids, they're wasting their goddamn life playing games.
All I see is kids around my neighborhood just fucking constantly doing dances and shit on TikTok. Oh my God.
That's what I'm telling you, man. There's the real demon there is TikTok. God damn it.
Yeah, TikTok this, TikTok. I don't have the app and don't intend to ever fucking have the app.
Yeah, I don't want Chinese spies in my house. I'm sorry. I just don't.
One of these days, society is gonna wake up and be like, all right, we gotta turn back the clocks a little bit. We gotta people that know me, I think, knows where this is going, but
yeah.
We gotta kick it old school, I guess you could say. We gotta very old school. Eye for an eye punishment. You steal something, boom, there goes a finger. Now everyone knows, right? Something like that. Something. Oh boy. And you gotta take a stand against these people.
Maybe a phone. Maybe a phone should be regulated in a way that our parents would often regulate our game consoles when we were kids. It's like, hey, you can't play it all day long. You can't have constant access. You will play it when you've been rewarded. So you get an hour after your homework is done and before you go to bed, and that's it. You know what I mean? You weren't like, most parents weren't allowed letting their kids just run wild on the game consoles, like 10, 12 hours a day. There was limits to it. Now, they have these phones, which literally have games, movies, apps, social media. Like, it has everything all lined up in one, right? Everything you can want is all stuck in a phone. And they literally, from the moment they get out of bed to the moment they go to bed, these phones are fucking ingested into their social psyche, and it cannot be good.
The funny part is
you're looking sexy, man.
The funny part is they're acting like things like parental controls aren't a thing. Like if your kid is zombieing out, there is something called parental controls. You could set the time, you could set the content they want, yada yada yada. So who does it fall? Like, I would love for a countersuit right there. Wrongful accusation or something.
Can I sue the sewers? The people suing? Can I sue them?
Right? Like, oh, you want some money? Well, we're gonna take you for everything you got.
Stupid shit.
It's just, I'm obviously joking, but it's like, I just hate that mindset that people try and like sue their way through lives. Like, how many people have you seen? Like, it's just disgusting. That's disgusting to me.
Wait, what is this? Here it is. This is actually, there it is, McLean. I pulled it up on their website.
Nice.
They lost their kids to Fortnite. Group of Canadian parents say that their kids are so addicted to the video game Fortnite that they've stopped eating, sleeping, and shit. What the fuck? Now these parents want to hold its tech giant creator accountable. They're accountable for my kid. I can't get them to stop.
I mean, does it?
Everyone, they're shooting up in the fucking front room, and I can't get them to stop. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Right?
How ridiculous!
They gotta
These
find
people
something
are
to blame,
serious,
right?
They're
They always
serious.
got to point the finger at something. Nobody ever takes blame for anything they do
Yeah.
themselves. That's the society we live in. Nobody is at fault. It's always somebody else's problem, right?
You gotta bring Epic to justice. Bring Epic to justice.
My cat is so fat because it keeps eating this food I keep feeding
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah.
suing the cat fucking food company.
Yeah, stop making it so fucking addictive, Friskies, you fuckers. Like, you know, they eat fucking 5 bowls a day and won't stop.
The cat died early, and I'm blaming Friskies.
Fancy feast. Fancy feast, fuckers.
Oh, you're high class ass at your cat's huh? Fancy feast.
This shit smells like tuna every time. It's wonderful. It's better than shit.
Alrighty. Well, we were kind of running past time, but we've had some great conversations. The show just kind of kept getting better as it went along tonight. Again, great show. But before we go, obviously, it is time to bring in, well, whoever you guys would like to see tonight or hear, I guess you could say. So get your questions ready right now while we're kind of just shooting the shit over here. You can have Arnold, Cletus, Safehouse, or Handy Andy, whoever you guys want to ask some questions to. But please get them ready and have them drop them in the chat. But while we're just kind of waiting, just again, a reminder, if you came out to the show tonight, trust me, I have got your name written down. I've been following the chat. Thank God we have a chat that's easy enough to follow. So I've been able to enter, everybody's name has been entered into the draw so far. If you show up for the next 3 weeks, you're going to get 3 more entries. So maximum of 4 entries. So it pays to be a consistent viewer of the podcast. And again, that's to win that Power A Mass Effect controller. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can check out the video on my YouTube channel. It's a good stuff. So we got, looks like somebody wants a question for Ernie, according to Cyber Gunter. We'll get your questions ready. I will leave here until we see some questions. Guys, you can carry the float until we get ready to go here.
Yeah, and goddamn it, I'm keeping an eye on that fucking list. And everyone that talks trash about Smite, I'm taking off a fucking entry.
Well, real quick,
There'll be like 2 entries in that fucking drawing.
Here's the list so far, guys. Real quick, listen for your name. If you're not there, please let me know in the chat. Dug It Out 420, Talos Ray, Timothy Dixon, Monkey Punch, Kylo Milo, Yarko Wicked Hot, Stinking Corpse, MG, Darth Praxis, Iceman LMH, Sir X-Man, Princess Zelda, Crazy Greek Dude, Jago Kukin, Dreadpool, Cyber Gunter, Spider-Man 356, Fun Speculation, Chaos Theory 81, Axel 1324, Gaming Beyond the Box, aka Wilmy Hood, Seamus Kelly, Roshan Eppinger, Jaguar Gaming Network, MG, Cool Cat Terry, Aaron Palaman, Jim Ryan, Rock, RWK88, Fizzwin, Dark Zone 2525, John 907, Curry Cosmos, Newtorius, and Dragonheart Yobe.
Give M. Gene another fucking entry.
Yes, Gene's got twice in there. He's got to come out once. Yes.
Yeah.
And Gene, you're a lucky bugger. Yeah, there you go. Everybody's now down to 1. I've got that all edited up. Here you go.
Doggy Dog. He's telling you right now he didn't want to be on that list. Look at that. Smite blows. I tell you now, Smite blows. Donkey
Doggy's lucky he's a good friend of mine. Because if he wasn't, I'd go to fucking Chicago and choke him out. Or fucking Illinois.
Fair enough. Dark Praxis indeed, right? Did I get Curry Cosmos? Did I get her in there? Yeah, Curry Cosmos is entered in there. Awesome. Good to see you, Curry, by the way. Right on. And does anybody have a question? We heard one for Arnold, but I didn't see any questions. Guys, anybody got a question here? Highlight them in the chat. Got Astrologos will get added to that. And guys, you got to be following me on Twitter, or at least have an email address, because if you win, then I'm going to need to be able to contact you. And this contest is open to America, Canada, wherever you might be watching this show.
Doggy, why don't you come on down and visit me here down in Georgia, man? We'll have a good old time, buddy. We'll play some video game. Hey, and bring your Guitar Hero stuff or whatnot.
Oh my. RWK8, is that an answer? Schindler's List? What is a question for him? What are you asking?
Yeah, he's saying it's a Schindler's List.
What are you
Hey,
asking?
that's gonna Schindler on my list, you dirty bastard. I don't even know what kind of accent I am trying to do here, but you're on the fucking shit list, you piece of crap.
Sounds like
Well,
Transylvanian bastard. That you got something stuck in your throat, buddy.
Yeah, it's like a cross between Dracula and Arnold. I don't know what the fuck it is. Come on, let's do it. They're going to suck your blood there. Come on. Come on with my house. I want to kiss your neck. You got no questions for Cletus, Safe House, or did we just bring Handy Andy in here? What do you think?
They're too busy talking trash about Smite still. Well, I got those brown nosing me for extra entries.
There we go. Finally. I got a question for Arnold. Go ahead. Read it out, Titan.
I can't stop reading Iceman's I Got Smite underwear. Dark Zone. Hey, Arnold, how do you feel about the marketing for Starfield? Hey, way to do a topic question. All right, I like it.
Well, you missed the first one, but okay, we'll take that one.
Okay, Notorious, I got you next.
Okay. Honestly, I've seen more marketing for my old movie like Hercules Goes Bananas than I've seen for Starfield. I swear to God that Aaron Greenberg and that entire organization, they must have shipped it off into space somewhere. I swear to God, you're going to see, maybe there's a great big poster up on the moon or something like that, but I really haven't seen a whole lot here outside of course, coming out to the show and they showed it off there at the what was it, in the summer showcase and all of that kind of stuff. I really haven't seen a whole lot of it. I've seen more of the maid's vagina than I've seen the Starfield marketing right now. So come on, get with the times. It's the biggest game on the planet, literally. You want to have it out there in front of the people.
Notorious asks, Arnold, if you were a game character, what game and what character?
I would have to be me in whatever game that's going to be. I want to come out there. I'll be the Terminator because he's my ultimate character. He's hard to kill. He's always on your ass, and he's coming to get you. So that's what I was going to be. It's going to be my own self. I have lots of movies, lots of stuff that I can fall back on. I want to be my own self in my own game. And one of these days, you've made it really big when you're in your game and somebody else is dubbing you over, doing your accent.
All right, now let's be real. All right, what character from Smite would you be, Arnold?
I don't even know what the hell Smite is. I can't even pick a character. I don't play that fucking shit. All I know is the Titan plays it all the time.
Fucking gods, man. Name a god. Pick a fucking god.
If I'm going to pick a god, I'm going to be, well, I played one. It was Hercules.
There you go. He's on there.
I'll be Hercules, and I'm going to come and smash you there.
Yo, you actually have a skin in Smite.
Nice.
What's his name? What's the dude that played Hercules? What's his name?
Played Hercules.
Well, Lou Ferrigno played Hercules, I think, at one point. I played Hercules at one point. Who else played Hercules? The Rock played Hercules. A lot of people that played Hercules.
Brown, long hair. Oh my goodness gracious, that's killing me. Someone in the Kevin Sorbo, thanks, babe. Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Sorbo was the terriblest Hercules. He didn't even look like Hercules.
Didn't even have Arnold's voice. I mean, my God.
Kevin Sorbo looked more like a Chippendale that was trying to be a god. What the fuck was he doing? Lucy Lawless, who played fucking Xena, was more Hercules than Kevin Sorbo.
That's true.
All right,
that's quite true.
Doggy, I'm going to have to combine your two questions. Hey, Arnold, does Smite suck, and which is worse, Rocky movies or Smite? Boy, he really wants to get under my skin. I don't know why, Doggy. What'd I do to you, friend, Doggy, man? What'd I do to you, friend?
Smite, you should call it Smite the vacuum cleaner because it's always sucking all the time. It's suck, number one suck, the vacuum cleaner. That should be DLC for Smite. Suck it up there. Smite, the fucking cocksucker, just like your ex-wife, fucking sucking you dry, your cock, your money, your balls, your bank account. Suck it all.
Oh my god.
All righty.
You guys are killing me in the chat, man. Oh, Jesus
Kevin
Christ.
Bacon.
Hey, Arnold, do you want to be in the next Mortal Kombat?
I will be in the next Mortal Kombat, but as long as this time around they're going to pay me to come in there and actually voice the character. I thought it was very insulting that I was there in the game and they had my likeness and it looked great. But first of all, I want to be the younger version of me, not the old gray-haired bastard with the saggy muscles. And I want to make sure that they're going to have a good voice actor. Either I'm going to voice the character, or maybe you're going to get Nukem to voice the character. Because I don't want to be here with this terrible imitated guy that was there. He was imitated and fucking stupid. And you got Stallone is there doing the voices, and I'm not doing the voices. What was up with that?
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
All
Too busy
right.
making his
I
main,
think I got them all. Did I miss any? There's so many freaking laughs in the chat.
Right. Well, I think that's it, guys. Obviously, nobody had questions for anybody else, and we are really out of time. So we'll bring back Handy Andy and the rest of the crowd next week. We'll give Handy Andy a break. He's pretty busy jerking off, I think, anyway. So, yeah. So we'll be back next week. Huge thanks to Darth Praxis. Always good to have him back in the fold and behind the camera and behind the mic. Darth, we hope all is well with you, my friend, and love to have you back on a show sometime in the future.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for having me again. I had a blast too.
All righty. And to the chat, you guys are absolutely amazing. Again, good luck to the draw. It'll show up the next 3 weeks, and on that final episode at the end of the month, we will do the draw for that controller. Thanks again, Timothy Dixon. You're awesome, man. To Spider-Man 356 and all the rest of the crew that's been out here: Iceman, Doggy Dog, Talus Ray, Seamus Kelly, Jago Kukin, Curry Cosmos, Princess Zelda, the list goes on. You guys are all fantastic. Thanks so much. Saber Gunter, Crazy Greek Dude. You guys are amazing. But speaking of amazing, Titan, let people know where they can catch up with you next, my friend.
YouTube and Twitter at Titan Drago, everybody. This week's Common Sense Award I got to give to, just for making me crack up, I got to give it to Iceman for saying he had Smite underwear and all the other comments you guys made on Smite. All that shit was priceless, man. Thank you very much, everybody. Until next time, let's bring the common back to sense.
Indeed. And you guys know where to find me pretty much just right here nowadays, or perhaps doing the odd guest appearance on other people's podcasts. But that's about it. Another show in the books. Want to let you guys get out of here. Have a great night. Go play some games, all the good stuff. And again, good luck. And thanks so much, guys, for the support. Oh, we do have one more super chat coming in before we close the show. Comes in courtesy of our friend RWK88. He drops $1.99. Titan, take it away.
Great show, guys. Thumbs up. Absolutely. We appreciate it, buddy.
I greatly appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much for that. And again, it's good to see everybody here. We'll see you again next week. But until then, like I said, take care and game on.